Hey there, self-care warriors. Welcome back to Self-Care Haven. Now, I've received a lot of comments throughout my lifetime doing this work about my age, and I wanted to address that for a minute because I think that there's a way in which people are very well-meaning and they're just trying to be complimentary, and I have no problem with people saying things that are loving and gentle and kind, and saying things like you're very wise for your age, or you show a tremendous amount of insight for your age. I think they're well-meaning and I don't take offense to that. What I do take offense to, however, are assumptions that are on the other side of the spectrum, which is when people start to attack others because of their age or exclude others because of their age. And I find that to be very problematic for many reasons, and I'll tell you why. I want to bring your attention to these facts that many of you already know, but I really just want to reinforce this because I think that we're very quick sometimes to make assumptions about people's stories or their lives based on what they look like, their age, their appearance, the way they speak, all of these other things that may not give a full portrait of who that person really is. So I wanted to bring up these perspectives for you guys. And to anyone who's watching who is in the habit of negatively judging someone, not, being well-meaning and complimentary, but negatively judging someone based on their age, I'm going to talk about a few points. Point number 1. Are you aware that there are numerous traumas that can happen to someone at an early age, which may offer insight into life experiences that even someone who's older may not be privy to? Now, I know from personal experience as well as from knowing others who have experienced trauma at a very early age that you cannot dismiss someone based on their age alone, because you have no idea what they've been through, you have no idea what their journey has been like, and you have no right to judge them based on your own biases and prejudices against them because of some sort of assumption that you have that may not even be legitimate. My second point is, are you aware that your assumption that younger people are intellectually inferior and are unable to gain wisdom from their experiences? Did you realize that that's actually a form of ageism in itself? It's a form of discrimination based on age. And would you want someone treating you in a discriminatory or presumptuous manner because of your age? Then why do you feel it is okay for you to do that to someone who's younger? Now, again, I'm not talking about the people who are, well-meaning and positive, and they're just trying to support anyone who's young, and they're just trying to say, like, I admire your work. I have no problem with that. That's amazing. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. I'm talking about the people who just bash others based on this preconceived notion, which is absolutely absurd, absolutely ridiculous. And that is this notion that young people can't change the world, when in fact they can. Look at people like Malala. Look at people like Jackson Mackenzie. People who are young can still make a difference. And I find it really incredibly insulting for people to bash someone as naive because of their age alone. You have no idea what their experiences are. You have no idea what they've been through. So for you to sit up on your high horse thinking that you can judge someone based on their age, to me that shows a lack of character and a lack of wisdom on your part. And the third point is, are you aware that you may in fact be invalidating someone who is potentially a trauma survivor and has been through more in their lifetime than other people have in theirs? Because you have no idea, again, what other people have been through. You cannot tell based on appearances the types of traumas that they've experienced. So before you start to bash people for being naive or too young to understand and not having the wisdom or the insight to talk about these experiences, remember, you are the one lacking in insight. when you say something like that, because that is a judgment that is completely based on biases that have nothing to do with the person in question, or their trauma history, or their actual insights. So please do not spread this type of judgment. It's only harming the community, and it's hindering conversation between older and younger generations. And this is a conversation that needs to continue. So your contempt for young people, wherever that comes from, because it certainly doesn't come from the young people that I know in this community. They're doing wonderful work, and they're doing insightful, amazing work. And for you to come in and say something like that, that's not going to work for me. And your negative judgments are really just a sign of your own lack of insight. So before you keep perpetuating this stereotype, please try to step back and look at where that's coming from, because it certainly is not coming from any real life experiences that you may have had. The most popular book in this niche is written by someone who's amazingly young, Jackson Mackenzie. So do not ever say that young people can't change the world, because they already have.